There's nothing quite like a fight at the Empire Fight Camp. I'm Todd Grisham. Next to me, of course, is Johnny Nelson.
About time, too.
It's time for our tale of the tape. It's Heather Hardy, 5'5" tall, with a reach of 64 inches. And standing across from her, the always dangerous Jelena Mrdjenovich. She's 5'7", with a 66.9-inch reach.
Talk about hot seats in the house. I am so lucky to be sat where I am watching this fight live. I can tell my grandkids about this.
And here comes Heather the Heat Hardy, proudly fighting out of New York, New York. This former world title holder looks to get back on top with a win in this one. Jelena Mrdjenovich, who fights out of Canada and has won multiple world championships in multiple weight classes.
This is going to be one hell of a fight.
And with that, let's go into the ring and the Hall of Fame announcer himself, Jimmy Lennon Jr.
This bout is scheduled for 10 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red corner from Brooklyn, New York, presenting the WBO featherweight champion of the world, introducing Heather the Heat Hardy. Fighting out of the blue corner from Hay River, Canada, a women's three-weight division champion of the world, Jelena Mrdjenovich.
Well, I hope you brought your sunscreen. You're going to need it as we have our main event underneath the bright sunny sky.
All right, Todd, a beautiful day, but it's going to be somebody's nightmare and somebody's happy night.
What a great venue and what a great matchup. Cannot wait for this one. We have high hopes and aspirations for this fight. Again, downstairs. How about that time counter shot? That hook doesn't score. She catches and counters. One punch could change the entire complexion of this fight. How will these two fighters handle the outdoors? We're fighting under the sun here for this big showdown.
So, Todd, let me explain to you. We are outside. Nobody can turn the temperature down. Nobody can turn the sun down. When that sun's beating on you, when you're tired, when you're frustrated, when you're getting hit, when you're getting hurt, there's no cool fan that's dropping in there. This is where it's real fighting, fighter on fight.
Some nice exchanges from both women in this round.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Digging into the ribcage now. Caution is being thrown to the wind. Beautiful counter punch. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about the heat. Heather Hardy in that last round. Pretty dominant round there. Let's see how they respond here in the next round.
You can't leave it up to the judges. It's up to you as the fighter, and the cornerman's got to put a firecracker on that fighter. Get out there and get the job done.
I love that. You're doing so well. Those jabs are slick. Just got to keep that.
That's a terrible round. That is a terrible round.
Okay, I'm happy. That was a great round. You're fighting smart. You're staying ahead. She's flustered over there. She's trying to work out what's going on. Just go back in. Stay focused. Do what you're doing. You're already doing great. Just keep.
Get your boxing back together and put it back on her.
Nice round. Great round. That was amazing. Okay, all we need to do now is refocus.
I need you to win this round. Get your mind back.
Great work. I love that. You've been doing so well. Those jabs are slick. Great work. I love that.
Sir, be smart. Get your shots
The referee
off.
calling for seconds out as we get set to jump back in the action.
Just got to keep it.
Right? It's only one round. Get out there and switch on.
Here we go for round two. After a really strong round, let's see if they can finish the job.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
If you're a counter puncher, then basically you do the counter attack. You let them get their punch off first, and then you answer in kind.
To beat a counter puncher, you've got to take them out of their pace. Do not wait for them, because if you wait, they'll pepper and pop you all night long. Rush them.
Good defense stopping that jab. He blocks that jab. Both fighters landing in these exchanges. Judge is going to have a tough job.
Very close match. It shows the skill, the discipline, the respect both fighters have for each other because no one dare do anything out of turn.
She can't quite complete the combination. Beautiful counter shot. Only catching air with that hook. Haven't seen a jab yet. These two are going right after it with power punches. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. If you like close back-and-forth boxing contests, then this is the fight for you, huh? I mean, both of these women have had some fantastic moments.
So important. The referee's got to do his fight right. He's got to judge this right. He's got to do his job right.
Okay, you're switching off now. I can see you're switching off. Right, you've got this.
Don't wait to load up. Don't go looking in there for one shot at a time.
Come on, focus. You just need to recenter. That was a bad round. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. We've done so much better before. Just forget that round. That's in the past. You're already on the level ground. Just get ahead again.
See it, and she might wiggle her way out. You better go in there and finish it.
Okay, now you're switching off. All right, I can see you're switching off. Focus, center.
Loading up, but you're still landing your power shots. Good work. Don't fit.
Okay, you're switching off now. I can see you're switching off. Right, you've got this. Once you
It's on the end of what you do. Good work.
Time winding down as we get set for another round.
so much more from you. You've worked so hard. Get back up.
My hand's beautiful. That's it. Just start sticking a few body shots in there.
The bell rings and we start the third. Who's going to be the first one to get buzzed?
We're supposed to be the pros, Todd. I have no idea how this is going. But their approach to this next round, look at them. Confident as though they're fresh as a daisy.
Sometimes when you're fighting a counter fighter, the rounds can get a little boring. You get trigger shy because you know if you throw a punch, one is coming right back at you.
You're fighting a counter puncher, you've got to dummy a shot. Make them react from that, then react then. I know it's hard to think that way, but counter punchers, they're watching you every move, that every twitch.
They threw the hook, it didn't land. She needs to be careful that she doesn't punch herself out. Big shots from both these fighters. Got to be careful, though.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Holding nothing back here in the round. Good job getting out of the way of that left. Good defense stopping that jab. Beautiful counter punch. punches and this round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about the heat. Heather Hardy in that last round. As bad as boxing judging can be sometimes, there's no doubt who won that round.
Dominance, without a doubt, made it look so easy.
You're starting to make mistakes.
Great work. I love that. You've been doing so well. Those jabs are slick. Just got to keep
Back on, get focused, get your mind back on the...
Right, great round, great round. Now relax, relax. Mix it up. She's starting to understand what's going on now, so all we need to do is add a bit of variation and she won't have a clue what's going on. Stay one step ahead.
It was a bad round. We don't care. Just go out there and...
Nice round, great round. That was amazing. Okay, all we need to do now is refocus.
to go back out there and need you to win this round. Get your mind...
Great work, I love that. You've been doing so well. Those jabs are slick. I don't want you to load up.
Boxer, just be smart. Get your shots
Unfortunately, this fighter not going to get more time to heal up and get a breather. Right back into the action.
It's only one round that you've lost. Don't worry about it. I need it.
And there's the bell for round 4. Last round, complete domination. Let's see what we have in store for us here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Just when you thought we'd see a lull in the action, here we go again. Mrdjenovich just got caught. A much better game plan here.
Defense, defense, defense is everything because they got shot once, they know they can get caught again. So for now, just defense, work on defense, blocking and stopping and shooting.
Halfway through the round, and I don't know who's got the advantage. Great stuff.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
And now Hardy. Oh, it may be the beginning of the end. I thought we were going to see the finish there.
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
Those counter punches have to hurt. Which fighter will say no mas? Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about the heat. Heather Hardy in that last round. Well, we know they've got the advantage so far, but how does this match get turned around?
I seriously hope the judges kept their eye on this fight because if they haven't, there's going to be absolute uproar.
Get your mind...
Great work, I love that. You've been doing so well. Those jabs are slick. Just got to keep this.
Come on. You've let her back into the fight. You're much better than...
Nice round, great round. That was amazing. Okay, all we need to do now is refocus, take our minute. I don't want you to load up, okay? Don't think about each shot one at a time. We need to set her up. So this.
You're starting to make mistakes and you're switching off.
Okay, I'm happy. That was a great round. You're fighting smart. You're staying ahead. Mix it up.
Back into the fray here in round 5. The last round was massive for her, Johnny. How does she keep the momentum going?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
There's no doubt that this fighter's power can change the fight around in an instant. You can't afford to make one single minor mistake.
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you hit and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
Beautiful counter shot. Well, they're going deep into the gas tank on this round. We're at the halfway point, and both of these fighters know the round is still up for grabs.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Tried to score with the uppercut. A perfect counter lands. And this is a you hit me hard, I'll hit you hard type of fight. Good defense on the right uppercut. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about the heat. Heather Hardy in that last round. Let's start the 6th. So not the best round, but let's see if they can turn it around here.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
She catches and counters. Correct me if I'm wrong, but when you're dealing with someone with so much speed, you've got to get your timing right.
What you've got to do, Toddy, is anticipation. You've got to wait. You just got to throw caution to the wind and just hope. You're never going to know where the shots are coming from. You just got to put in a guess.
They better start respecting each other's punching power. This has been a very competitive round as we reach the midway point.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Might want to think of holding on here for a minute. They block that jab. They need to be careful they don't punch themselves out here. Needs to put some combination work together. 1 punch is good, 2 punches better. This round could go either way, 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about the heat. Heather Hardy in that last round. Well, it's no secret who has the advantage after that last round. Let's see what they have in store for us in the next one.
You can't leave it up to the judges. It's up to you as the fighter, and the cornerman's got to put a firecracker on that fighter. Get out there and get the job done.
I don't want
To win this round, get your mind back, get your focus back.
Nice round, great round. That was amazing. Okay, all we need to do now is refocus, take our minute. Just got to keep doing this. Okay, keep going. You're loading your shots, but you're not missing your powers. Okay, so just keep that up.
Right? It's only 1 round. Don't worry.
Okay, I'm happy. That was a great round. You're fighting smart. You're staying ahead. She's
Listen, forget about the round. It was a bad round. We don't care. Just
right. Great round. Great round. Now relax. Relax. Mix it up.
you're starting to make mistakes and you're
Unfortunately, this fighter not.
I love that. You've been doing so.
Here comes round 7. She's coming off a fantastic last round. Let's see what she's going to do here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
There's a counter shot. We hear that old phrase, second win. You've got to find it somehow.
Now you've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get knocked out.
The straight right just misses. The straight right just misses. Those counter punches have to hurt. Mrdjenovich in trouble. Let's talk about Mrdjenovich in that last round. I'm worried about these two fighters gassing out as this fight goes on.
You cannot gas out. If you prepared right, slept right, ate right, and did everything right for this fight, you have no excuse for gassing out.
I need you to go.
Okay, I'm happy that was a great round. You're fighting smart, you're staying ahead.
Round 8, and we're off again. Fatigue is setting in. Let's see how they handle it here in this round.
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you've cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
And that was a big shot, and Hardy is rocked. Disaster averted, it seems. We continue on.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What do they do? What do they tell him when he goes back to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
Real good back and forth between these two fighters.
A very close match. It shows the skill, the discipline, the respect both fighters have for each other, because no one dare do anything out of turn.
Jab misses. This fighter expending a lot of energy in this round. He scores without counting. Good defense stopping that jab. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about the heat. Heather Hardy in that last round. Let's see how much fatigue we see here in round 9. How much is left in their tank after last round?
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the army. But these guys, if they can keep up this pace, we are in for a great night.
What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
Midway through the fight, if you are tired, this can be the loneliest place in the world. If you cheated, now we're going to find out.
Their stamina is off the charts. The perfect counter lands. Both of these fighters have had their moments.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
That straight caught her clean. Well, Johnny, has anything surprised you here as we enter the final frames of this bout?
That power might be the do or die. That power might be the equalizer.
She blocks the jab. incredible work rate. Punch, counter punch. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about the heat. Heather Hardy in that last round. You've heard the old phrase, this might come down to who wants it more, but it might come down to who's in better shape.
There's a lot on the line here.
Happy. I like that one. Good work. Don't.
Okay, now you're switching off, all right? I can see you're switching off. Focus, center.
Don't let her get back into the fight. Don't give her no free shots. Keep.
Come on, get back out there. Focus, we've got a minute. Just breathe, focus again. Once you're back out there, get your boxing back on. As soon as you start doing your thing, you're going to win. Once you
Straight away, think about the defense on the end of what you do.
Okay, focus. You're better than this. I've seen so much more from you. You've worked so hard. Get back up.
It's round 10. Let's see how much recovery they saw there in the last minute.
What were they doing that round? Are they trying to get an earning out? That's a lot of energy burst. They did 6 rounds in one. They're going to be absolutely shattered.
Nice counter punch right up the middle. That jab gets blocked. When you've got someone with the hand speed that this fighter possesses, how do you deal with it?
Let me explain to you about a fast fighter that's got hand speed and footwork. They're relaxed. They're confident. They know they just have to quick burst, boom. In a split second, they've let 4 shots go. Their footwork has got them out of the way. And these guys are so relaxed. And that's why they can maintain this all the way through a fight.
What a round so far as we've reached the halfway point.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Just missed with that hook. Starting to take some deep breaths now, but still fighting hard. They need to be careful they don't punch themselves out here. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. What a dominant performance, and it shows up on the judge.